Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? I mean, I have an answer.
Well, go ahead.
So we've told the story 100 times. My friend Austin from college, most charismatic guy I know. We go down to Costa Rica, doesn't speak a lick of Spanish, and is very quickly able to establish himself as the most charismatic, attractive person in the room. He's literally talking to people who are professionally attractive, like cocktail waitresses. He's saying, "Me amo mis ojos," which I think means I love my own eyes.
I love myself, my eyes.
He's trying to say you have pretty eyes.
Yeah.
And he's "Me amo mis ojos," but he's loud, he's smiling, he's got great eye contact, he's gesticulating, and they're giggling up a storm as they try to understand what he's trying to say because they don't speak any English, but they're on him. You know what I mean? Attention fully on him in a way that you could walk up in Spanish and be like, "Oh, hey, blah, 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 blah." And then I just be like, "Oh, sorry, like I'm working. I have to go deliver these drinks." So I do think there's aspects of charisma that just transcend speaking. But I also think that when you are hamstrung by language, it is very hard to say something intelligent or funny or whatever it is. And when I move to a country that I can't speak at all, I just speak in English because even if the person can't understand me, now we're both confused. And if I try to speak their language, I'm just a moron. And they it's not a level playing field. Whereas if I'm speaking English and they don't understand me and they're speaking their language back and I don't understand them, at least now I'm not just some moron in their language. So that was how I personally dealt with it, because I do think that your ability to communicate is a big part of your charisma. Yeah. So yeah, it's both a transcendent thing and gets hurt when you can't communicate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I saw is that people put you in buckets. And so what our friend did was he came down and was just in the foreigner bucket.
Yep.
He was not being compared on wit or depth of understanding or anything like that.
And his charisma might be shining in first impressions and hurt in longer,
like he's not going to be able
relationships
to deeply connect.
This is all he's got. It's like fun, funny, loud 7 words that he knows in your language.
And then so living abroad, what I saw is I would have to make the call of, do I want to be the foreigner bucket, which is going to be louder, English speaking. They're going to struggle to speak to me in my language, and I can be the charismatic foreigner. Or do I want to try to be the charismatic Latin person who is going to adapt to the culture, who's going to know that you do 2 kisses on each cheek, who is going to have the style of humor that recognizes that sarcasm does not work in Brazil. And there was often like this weird gulf where I knew that I could be whatever, an 8 out of 10 as the foreigner, and I was a 6 or a 7 out of 10 as the local, given my language skills and understanding. But I would try to make the jump so that I could like get up and now eventually make it to a 9 or a 10 out of 10 in the local language, which I don't think I ever did. I was never capable of being as sharp or funny, but I could go to a group of people speaking Spanish or Portuguese and hold my own in Spanish or Portuguese.
It's also different when English is your first language, because if you're Norwegian and you try to jump in
Norwegian,
and speak in Norwegian, like no one's going to understand anything. There's a bit of a crutch that American travelers can get by, which is that most people speak some words. You know what I mean? And so I think that strategy would be impossible in Brazil, speaking Norwegian, because no one would have any idea what you're saying. You could do what my friend did, which is be completely
But he disrupted cultural norms as well, which was the big thing. And I remember him not obeying the rules.
No, you go for a double kiss and he just goes for a hug.
And I worked hard to internalize. And I was like, he's just blowing them off and it's working well. And that was a moment for me of sort of seeing that there were 2 ways to do it. I could try to fit in, or I could just go, I'm going to make very, very clear that I don't know what I'm doing, and you'll accept and understand that to the degree that you're capable of.
Yeah, no, you lean in for like the double kiss, which doesn't involve much of a hug.
Yeah.
And he's just like not kissing you on the cheek, but giving you a huge bear hug. Yeah. And so, from the first second, you're just transported into a different world where you're like, oh, this person's not going to follow cultural rules. And you can hate it, you can like it, but he definitely made that clear from second one.
Yep. Cool. That's all. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.